All right, season 4, episode 11, El Mundo, Gira. All right, so another low-rated episode, and this time we are dealing with a migrant labor camp, and we have like a love triangle going on here. This girl is being fought over by two brothers. One brother goes off to work while the other one stays behind to try to get a little sneaky with his brother's girlfriend. And they run off over the hill together to try to retrieve some goats. And when they do, a storm breaks out and it starts raining. Yellow rain, not to be confused with purple rain, which there's a joke in here with Mulder and the album and the movie that I thought was pretty fun. And when they come up over the hill after the yellow substance falls from the sky, they find Maria. She's dead. She's missing her eyeballs. She's missing her lips. So
missing a lot.
Yeah. And that takes us into our
The intro.
Yeah, that's the intro. And one thing I really liked here is when Scully's kind of trying to get out of this case, and she's kind of like, well, Mulder, you know, this and that. Mulder kind of throws it back in her face like, hey, like, because these guys are migrants, nobody's going to care. And she's like, okay, Mulder, like, I care. What can we do? Yeah. I love that.
Me too.
I love that they both care about these people because too often times people see these people as less than, that they're not human beings, that they're just like illegal aliens that are second class. They're not even citizens. They're like freaking, you know, animals.
Oh yeah, they don't view them as equals at all.
Oh, it's awful.
It's horrible. I like that too, that they both have that moment here in this episode, which is, you know, what we would expect of them.
Yeah. And so it's revealed that he's carrying around a fungal infection, and when he touches people, or if he touches something and then they touch that thing after, I don't know what the contagion is like as far as how long of exposure do you have to have versus what, you know, thing he touched or whatnot, because I don't know how any of that works. I still don't really understand the yellow rain. It's the meteor hit the water, and then it rained down, and he's the only person that was out in the rain
in that area, I guess. I don't know if it's like, I think it's pretty confined to that area.
It's just like
near
one
the
little
lake.
tiny sliver.
Yeah.
But not one other person was out there. But what about all the people who like walked out and
I know.
the water was all over the ground and they touched it?
Yeah, well, and they, like, at the end of this episode, I mean, Scully says that the brothers have like sort of an immunity to it.
Yeah, she dies from it instantly.
Like they're carriers.
And he doesn't.
I do think that there's a little bit of a...
There should have been at least a couple more dead bodies in the village.
Probably,
right?
yeah.
You know
there probably
mean?
should have been more dead bodies. Yeah, I agree. And just in general, because I think that, like, the fact that anything he touches becomes contagious. He's touching stuff all the time, just moving through the world, like, out in public. So I feel like they should be coming across many more bodies. Like, they come across the one in the grocery store with the cashew. But it's like, yeah, I mean... so many things that he comes in and touches the door handles to, like,
phones.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
There should have been tons of bodies all over town.
Yeah, because I like the concept. And I like how they look. You know, it's great. They look awful, and it's scary.
It is scary.
It's really scary.
So fast.
It's so quick. Yeah, that's what one of the scarier parts of it, of course.
Yeah, I also like the kind of the skewed perspective. This is like that game of telephone. This is why anecdotal evidence is never sufficient and is like the lowest grade of evidence.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I saw. It's like, yeah, that's what you saw through your bias lens in the night, whatever, right? So we have this woman who's like reporting back the story, and she says it's aliens, you know, and everyone has to believe her, and now everyone's going to tell that story, and that story is going to change and evolve.
Right.
And really what it was a bunch of guys in hazmat suits. But maybe she needs glasses and she couldn't see very well, or maybe she's super superstitious and she thought what she was seeing was, you know, aliens in spacesuits, or who knows. But then she goes off and she tells this story, and it evolves, and this is how we get most of our, you know, superstitions and our folk tales is just by someone seeing something that they don't understand, right? Kind of like unicorns or something. Like it's reported that that was like rhinoceros, right? Like they didn't know what those were, so they called them like horses with horns. Yeah. Right? It's like, you know, it's just a rhino. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm definitely more of like, I think that unicorns could have existed. And I also think that dragons could have existed
of course
too.
You do. No evidence,
dinosaurs,
by the way. We could find dinosaurs.
Yeah, but there's
we
so
found
many
1,000
cultures
different
that have stories about dragons.
Don't you think that we could find a fucking, like, remains of a dragon if one existed?
Yeah, we found dinosaurs.
Those aren't dinosaurs. Those aren't
How do you know
dragons.
Well, there's flying dinosaurs.
Okay.
That maybe don't breathe fire.
That also predate...
But how would we know if they breathe fire if we only have their bones?
Because they predate humanity 65 million years.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
So, like, the accounts of them by people... Well, who's accounting?
This isn't as...
I've never known dragons to be anything but part of, like, fantasy, of fairy tales. I don't know any, like... Is there, like, somebody who's claiming that dragons were around?
That's what I'm saying, is that they're in folklore for cultures around the world.
Because they're cool. Because when you make something up, they stick around.
The chupacabra in this is not real, because it's...
The Mexican goat sucker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he literally, like, evolves into the chupacabra in this.
Yeah, he does kind of, like, he just... Even though he isn't the chupacabra.
You don't think so?
No, he's infected with a fungal... infection that he's spreading,
but he straight up looks like a tall chupacabra.
It does change the way that he looks,
like a
and
chupacabra.
he does he just embraces his new identity, him and his brother, which is really sad, because like the ending of this, they're just like wandering around, like killing people here and there, maybe unintentionally, but like it's pretty messed up. But yeah, I like the telephoning at the end. I like the 3 different perspectives of the story. So. Yeah.
Overall, it's whatever.
It's not a horrible episode at all.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. All right.